Hi, I'm Beth from Telling Yarns, and I just wanted to come and say hi and catch up a little bit with you about where I'm at with my knitting. You can find me at tellingyarns.com, on Ravelry as Telling Yarns Shop, and on Etsy the same, or on Instagram as Telling Yarns. Also obviously on YouTube as Telling Yarns. So I have, since last time I spoke with you, I've been working on the Time Trades shawl by Boylan Knitworks, Caitlin Hunter. So this is actually one of our Advent patterns. So we're doing 3 Advents this year for the 12 days of Christmas. We've got the Andrea Mowry What the Fade shawl. Then we've got Caitlin Hunter's Time Trade shawl. And then the final one is Pip and Pin's Sprocket Socks. So this is the Time Trade shawl. And I did a whole bit explaining all about how it works, what you get, all of that, on my last episode last week. So if you want to know more about the Advent, go back there for a full description, or check out the website. We've got a page on the website explaining all about the Advents and how they work, the concept behind them, all of that. And then obviously we've got the listings for each of the 3 options that are available. And we're currently listing that in both the full price, or you can pay in instalments at the moment. So obviously that will only be available for a few more months, because we'll need to be dyeing and shipping in October for the beginning of November, mid-November, to make sure everything gets out in time. So anyway, yeah, check those out if you want to know more about it. So I'm knitting the Time Trade shawl because I'm going to knit each one of the different things we're doing, hopefully. So you can see at the moment I'm using the Philosopher's Stone fade, mini fade set that we do, because the pattern calls for a 5 skein 20 gram 5 20-gram skeins, get there eventually, mini set. So we've got Philosopher's Stone mini set here. This one here is the Invisibility Cloak, with, hopefully you can see, teals, turquoises, blues, and then speckles of red all throughout. I've got a full cake of it here. It's really gorgeous, really catches the light beautifully. It changes colour constantly. It's that kind of jewel, emeraldy, sapphire-y, constantly changing colour. Really shows up nicely on this merino singles here. I've got this one caked up because I'm going to be using it as one of the main colours. So it goes from the Invisibility Cloak to Nearly Headless Nick. Then some of these are on our sparkle base, the gold leaf sock. Then it goes on to the Sorting Hat, which has got a lot of browns and minks, those kind of deeper colours. Then it goes into Gryffindor. So Gryffindor is based on, obviously, the colours scarlet and gold of Gryffindor, but it's an overall kind of coral colour, I would say. It gives the effect of a coral, with real shots of red and gold throughout. Hopefully you can see. Then it goes into Hogwarts Express, because what would the Philosopher's Stone, the first year at Magical, in the magical world, be without the Hogwarts Express? And then I'm going back into the Invisibility Cloak here, and that's going to be the merino singles, and it becomes more prevalent because you go through into this section here with much more, and there's just 2 skeins. So I'm doing the Invisibility Cloak and a full skein of Gryffindor. This is a slightly lighter one on our merino bamboo base, which doesn't come up quite as vivid as the merino singles. I am playing Yarn Chicken. Look at that. I've got that left and I've got 2 rows left to do. which I'm really not sure I'm going to be able to do. So one thing I will be including in the advents is a little tips card from my experience of knitting the patterns. And my experience with this is that you need to check your gauge. You really need to check your gauge because it's supposed to be on 4mm needles. I ended up doing 3.75 to get gauge, and I still am really tight with the 20 grams, getting the full section out of it. So that would be a tip on that. So that's what I'm knitting. I don't have any finished objects. I just have that as a work in progress. So I have also been working on dyeing a lot. So I've dyed up a full size fade of our Chamber of Secrets fade here. So let's see if I can hold these all up together. We'll find out. There. Hold on. Not sure if you can get. So you've got this end here with the dark green is Slytherin's Air. Then it goes through to Ford Anglia Adventures, then through to Dawn Escape. Then we've got the Burrow. We've got Ginny. Look at those peaches and soft peppermint greens, a little bit of lilac. Then that goes into Arthur. So you've got the same base colours coming throughout. That's Dawn Escape. And these are based on, I mentioned it last time, these are based on the Jim Kay illustrated version of the Chamber of Secrets. Same with our Philosopher's Stone series. That's Slytherin's Air there. So I'm going to be using those to knit up What the Fade by Andrea Mowry. So I'm very excited about that. I'm just waiting. I've ordered some Chowgu needles to arrive, I think next week, and they're a lot sharper. So I'm waiting to get those to cast that on because it's a 2-colour brioche, and I just thought, do you know what, it's going to be easier if I can have sharper needles because I'm on the Knit Pro at the moment, the wooden ones, so they're not sharp at all. Then I'm going to be using our mini fade Chamber of Secrets set to make these sprocket socks by Pip and Pin. So that will be exciting too. Again, I'm waiting for the Chowgu needles for that. I also bought this Knits About Winter, and that's by Emily Foden, and she is Viola. Is it Viola? Yeah, Viola yarn, and I'm in love with this. I know it's the wrong season, but I'm just in love with this. So I've been flicking through this and thinking that I'm probably going to make, I might well make this shawl, post my advent knitting, and there's a jumper in here as well. I'm thinking the long version, and it's all in mohair. That's really, sorry, I should have, there we go. So those are going on the list. I would thoroughly recommend this book. It's lovely, not just for the patterns, but just for the experience of what her life and her inspiration is, living out in Canada with the heavy winters. She lives in a place called Mooresburg. I don't know if I've pronounced that right, it might be Mooresburg. And she lives in this old sort of town shop that's been converted. Here it is. And I just love following her generally on Instagram and things, and so I thought the book would be perfect, and it is. So that's that. And then we've had a shop update this week. So I've got merino singles. I've pretty much done all merino singles this week. I've been dyeing up the Chamber of Secrets fade colours. If you're interested in those, they're on the website now. So that one there is, that's Dawn Escape. We've got Arthur. Hope these are coming through okay. We've got the burrow here. You can see they're soft. So the idea of these fades is that you get all the different colours, but you know, you don't want it too variegated. I'm conscious that when I'm knitting a jumper, I don't want pooling of, you know, I was just looking that way to see if I could find an example, pooling of different colours. I want it to be an overall effect, one fabric that has nuances of the different shades and the feel. I want to capture a feeling, not a kind of rainbow. Not that I'm against that at all, but I have had some variegated yarns in the past where you really end up getting blocks of colour and pools, or you get a line of like 20 stitches in one colour and then another line of something else. And this is designed to fade, to really fade through and merge. So you'll see when I knit up the What the Fade by Andrea Mowry, that it's going to be a really subtle change of colour to give an overall sort of fabric in these shades. That's why the fade is quite subtle between the different colours as well. I've got Ginny here. It comes up a bit more coral on the merino singles. This is a new yarn provider, so they're slightly more silky. They really feel gorgeous. Hopefully you can see in there all the, if I move out the way, it gets it. Yeah, all the lilacs and the speckles. So those are beautiful. If no one buys them, I might end up using them for something. So get them quick. And then this is Gryffindor from the Philosopher's Stone fade. So the Philosopher's Stone has sort of navy and red speckled throughout, and then it's over dyed with the core colours of each colourway. Whereas the Chamber of Secrets is the light, it's this base colour palette through every single one of the 6 colourways. And then this is the Invisibility Cloak in skein form. Look at those reds popping through. And then you get moments of inky. His camera's trying to focus on me. Hopefully you can see that. So that's the Invisibility Cloak. So yeah, that's what I'm up to at the moment. Those are the things I'm busy with. I will be casting on both What the Fade and the Sprocket Socks, I think next week, as soon as my new needles arrive. And I will be moving into a big chunk of the Invisibility Cloak on my time trades. So I'm really pleased with that, how this is coming, but I am looking forward to being done with the 20-gram sections, where I think I should have probably knit on a 3.5 for my gauge. So definitely check your gauge on this. I've got to knit in all the ends. I usually knit my ends in as I go, but you can't really do that on this because the back side looks as if it will be as on show. So I need to check the pattern and just check the best way to do that. Any tips would be welcome. Okay, well, that's really me this week. Been busy with the dyeing. Actually got a moment in our front room to film this rather than being tucked away in my office, because my husband James has taken the kids out, taking the boys for a little run. We're on our last week of homeschooling. Yay! I can't believe we've made it through these many months of homeschooling. So we are really looking forward to the kids just being able to be off and chill out, really, because they just are moaning a lot about the homeschooling now. So that will be really nice. And I think they're looking forward to starting back at school, hopefully in September. We've had a couple of videos from the teachers just explaining where the classrooms are going to be, what the setup's going to be. So they seem to be excited about that now. And I'm still working from home currently, which does give me even more time with the dyeing, because I don't have the 3-hour round commute each day, which helps because I can use some of that time for dyeing. So I look forward to catching up with you again soon, and do please Like this if you have enjoyed it, and click subscribe because that helps for other people to find it as well. Any comments, throw them in below and I will be sure to come back to you. All right, thank you. Bye.